Alrighty, so today I have the spiced Cyser, which is a type of mead made with apples, in this particular case, apple juice and uh, apple cider for those in the US, meaning cloudy juice in everywhere else. So we have the Cyser. The spices have been infused and they need to mellow out a little bit, and I need to stabilize this particular brew. So today I have pitchers and a mixing bowl because this is just shy of 2.5 gallons. So I'm gonna need both of the. I'm gonna need both. I'm also going to need. I'm probably going to end up having a bottle or so uh, on standby for drinking purposes because I don't think I have enough vessels to really allow this to condition the way that I want it to. So first thing is first, we'll put this up on a higher level and we will rack into the pitchers. Give a good sanitation spray. That's all nice and tight, and here we go. So I'm probably going to go to the 5-quart mark on this pitcher. If I can get to the 5-liter mark, because that's a little bit bigger, I probably will. Now, why do I need to stabilize? Well, because if I put this into a bottle, there's a good chance if conditions are favorable, the yeast will start fermenting again, and the bottle could explode, which would be bad. Glass everywhere, mead everywhere. It would just be a bad time. So we stabilize. All right, there's the 5-liter mark. Cut this off over here. Oh, the smell, all the apple spice smell. It just is emanating from the brew. Now this one I'm only going to go to the 4-quart mark because I do need room to stir. All right. Actually, that was perfect. I don't need this extra mixing bowl. All right. So we've got 2.25 gallons of spice mead, and it is just a lovely smell. So next, I want to go ahead and put in some pectic enzyme actually to really clear this out. Apple especially has a hard time with clearing out, so I want to go ahead and add that while I'm thinking about it. So the thing with pectic enzyme is that you start with the 1/2 teaspoon per gallon, but that's at the beginning. If you're doing it after fermentation, you double it. So for each of these, they're going to get 1 teaspoon of pectic enzyme. If I can fit my teaspoon, I have to get a different teaspoon. Different shaped spoons for different purposes. What can I tell you? All right, that is in there. Next, in order to stabilize, I want potassium metabisulfite, also known as Camden tablets. It is 1 Camden tablet per gallon, and you have to crush it so that it dissolves appropriately. All right, here's 1. Get all that in there. And 2. There's that. And next, to continue with the stabilization, you also use potassium sorbate. And the packaging says 1/2 to 3/4 of a gram per gallon. I'm going to go ahead and put 3/4 of a gram for each of these gallons, especially since this one is just slightly more than a gallon. And by slightly, it's a full quart more than a gallon. So the better stabilized it is, the more stabilized it is, the better. Go. And a 1. And a 2. All right. So now we stir these with a spattle. What is a spattle, you say? It is a paddle and it's a spoon, so it's a spattle. And while I'm stirring, I'm trying to not disturb the top too much to prevent oxidization, especially since this particular brew is only at, I believe it's only at 8%. I should take a reading just to double check. After I'm done stirring, I'll take a gravity reading. All right. Let's take a little bit out into the refractometer. 5.0 bricks. So with putting at 5.0 bricks, it puts it at specific gravity reading of 0.995, 0.995, which means it is dry. Yes, it is very dry. And the brew is at 8.5%, which is exactly where I wanted it. So we've got the stabilizers in there, we've got the pectic enzyme in there, and now I just rack it into some bottles. And by some bottles, I mean these guys. Okay. So first, we'll start with the big boy. All right. Now, something I learned in my last video is that I should probably start with the 22 ounce and a 12 ounce bottle. I don't have, oddly enough, I don't have enough airlocks. Actually, let me double check. I might have just enough more. Okay, can confirm now. I do not have enough airlocks to put airlocks on these guys. I have the stoppers, but I don't have the actual S-curve airlock. So, chances are I will fill these up and stick them in the fridge, and Teddy and I will partake in these either later today or maybe tomorrow. Kind of depends. What I could do is I can go ahead and fill these and then stick them in the fridge for cold crashing overnight, let the brew go ahead and stabilize, and then I can cap them. We'll see how that goes. Chances are we'll probably drink this one tonight if I can get it to chill long enough. But first, we must now use the auto siphon and bottle it up. Ooh, this is fun. There we go. Okay. Well, that was exciting. So exciting. Ooh, Nelly, she's a full one. All right. And we stick an airlock on her. And we wait. And I get to do it all over again. Hoses. All right. And last airlock. There we go. All right. And now we wait. So probably in a few weeks, I will go ahead and bottle this. But for now, it's going to mellow in the fermentation. And who knows, the next brew might be coming soon. See y'all next time.